पूनम जी हरे कृष्णा, भूमिका जी हरे कृष्णा,
प्रभु।
धीर
हरे
कृष्णा,
कृष्णा प्रभु जी।
यस भूमिका जी हरे कृष्णा,
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी।
हरे कृष्णा, धीर कृष्णा प्रभु माता जी हरे कृष्णा,
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी।
हरे कृष्णा, गुप्ता जी हरे कृष्णा, ट्रैवलिंग गुप्ता जी, जनार्दन जी हरे कृष्णा,
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु, धन्यवाद, प्रणाम प्रभु।
हरे कृष्णा, जनार्दन जी ओके, शोभा जी हरे कृष्णा.
Hare Krishna. Hare
You are having two, I think, connections.
Yeah,
Disconnect one. Disconnect one. Okay, otherwise it'll echo. Okay, so Sushila ji, it's raining there in Bangalore?
No, it was raining some days ago, but not today. Today we could have the sunlight.
Very nice. Here, I think North India, it is Punjab and Haryana, this West UP, Vrindavan area, all that is flooded. And Krishna has
Yes.
all these calamities, when it happens, no? To understand, Bhagavatam says that when the when this war or calamities like this, pestilence, all this happens when there is increase of sinful activities. So Lord is arranging through material nature a punishment like this. So that they realize that they are not the masters. Krishna is the master. Right? Otherwise, people are all going around telling that I am the master. I can do whatever I want. But where is your mastership? Huh? Within no time, you are on the knees.
Yes.
Right? Whatever you are. If Bangalore is flooded, what happens? All your big roads, big vehicles, big plans, everything is underwater. Right? This is what material world is. But we go on as though we are, all powerful. That's the problem. So let's begin our session with prayers to Prabhupada and Lord Krishna. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namini Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Shri Shri Radha Vrindavan Chandra Ki Jai Shri Shri Nitai Gauranga Ki Jai Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Nitai Gaur Premanande. Okay, so you're almost towards the end of 14th chapter. We are left with the last two verses of this chapter, very important verses. So this chapter is, Lord Krishna is giving us the understanding about three modes of nature. This chapter begins directly with Krishna's talking, instructing Arjuna, because the question was asked, questions were asked, 6 questions were asked by Arjuna in the previous chapter. What is Kshetra? What is Kshetrajna? What is Jnana? What is Gyeya? Object of knowledge. And what is Prakriti? What is Purusha? So Krishna has almost answered all the questions, and except for Prakriti, wherein he gave a very brief description. Now he's given some more elaborate description, understanding of what is Prakriti. Right? So what is Prakriti is what Krishna is in detail describing here. Prakriti has many other descriptions, but in this specific chapter, Krishna is describing that aspect of Prakriti which is influencing each and every aspect of this material world, and each and every living entity in this material world, including us. So, how material nature is having her, her influence. It is like we are under the hold of Prakriti. But I've seen one nice picture in ISKCON pictures that 3 women are there with, threads, who are making everybody to dance like puppets, puppet show.
Yes, yes.
Puppet show. I think that photo must be here somewhere. Let me see. One of the images.
ये चित्र से देखा,
You're able to get anybody?
ये चित्र से देखा, क्या हो गया? YouTube को नजर लग गई.
Prabhu, this one.
Exactly. See, yeah, you got it. Very good. Excellent. Yes, thank you, Punamji. So, the 3 modes are represented by 3 women there, and they are having strings, right? And they are pulling you up and down and all this. This is very classic, description of how modes are controlling everything of everyone, and everything what's going on in the material world. Okay, that's how it is. And this chapter is specifically dedicated for that reason. And we'll see more such descriptions of modes acting in various facets of our life as we proceed in this last section of Bhagavad Gita. 16, 17, 18 has more such descriptions. Okay. So now Krishna says these modes are actually the energy of Krishna for influencing every living entities as in 3 ways, as Sattva Guna, Rajo Guna, Tamo Guna, and how they're influencing and what happens when the increase of particular mode happens, and how the living entity under the influence of a specific mode, how he behaves, how he acts, and what will be his destination. And all these modes are not constant every day, every time. It keeps changing. Sometimes mode of goodness is prominent, sometimes mode of passion is prominent. It doesn't mean other 2 modes are not. They are there, but they are not so prominent. They are in a small way acting. But every time, at every situation, at every moment of time, you see that these modes are a different permutation combination in every aspect, in every activity, in every dealing. Right? Just like if you are feeling lazy to attend this session, Bhagavad Gita session, which means mode of ignorance acted on you. Right? Or morning, early morning, you're supposed to get up for, you're doing your puja, japa, at say 5 o'clock, but you're feeling a little lazy. So mode of ignorance acting. Or you at one point of time in the day, let me go and watch this movie. Netflix, a new movie has come. That is mode of passion. Enjoyment. So every activity what you do can be categorized as one mode acting in you, on you, at that point of time. So Arjuna's, when Krishna has spoken all these things and told everything in the material world is actually conducted by the modes and there's nothing beyond the modes, he says. When you see that there's nothing beyond these modes in all activities and the Supreme Lord is transcendental to all these modes, then you can know my spiritual nature. Verse number 19. Right? Nothing beyond these modes of nature in all activities. Everything is within these modes of nature. Just see. Any activity you do, any dealing you do is within these 3 modes, right? So like this, when you understand there's nothing beyond. Krishna has also mentioned same thing in 7th chapter. I think 7th chapter must be this. 13th verse. Trivir gunamayer bhaver evi sarvavidam jagata mohitam.
7.14, Prabhu, not 13.
7.13.
Yeah, 7.14.
7.13. I'm very clear. Not 14, 13.
Okay, Prabhu. Sorry. Yeah.
I'm very clear. Because it is 13, which says that we are deluded by the modes. 14 is different verse. Okay, and 13th verse. It is Rivir Gunamayer Bhave, deluded by 3 modes. The whole world does not know me who am above the modes and inexhaustible. See, Krishna is telling everybody is deluded by these modes. 14th verse, Krishna says in 7th chapter, how to come out of the modes. Okay. So, like this, Krishna has been telling repeatedly that the modes are acting on you. You are under the influence of the modes. You are completely, immersed in the different actions of the modes. So, Krishna also has advised to Arjuna in 20th verse that you transcend these modes, then you can enjoy spiritual happiness even in this life. Right? You will be freed from Janma Mrityu Jara Dukkhaya. Vimukto Amrutam Ashnute. Can enjoy nectar even in this life, which means spiritual bliss you can experience even in this life. So in this particular thing, Krishna said, when Arjuna asked 3 questions. His first question was, what are the, how can we understand that somebody has been influenced by these modes, which means what are symptoms? Just like when you say viral fever, very weak, can't get up, can't have our food normally, the symptoms, right? Like what are symptoms of a person who has transcended the modes, who's above the modes, right? First question. Second question was, what are his dealings when he's above the modes, which Krishna elaborately explained in verses 22 to 25. 4 verses he has explained, right? Very interesting, we discussed. Now, third question of Arjuna was, okay, you explained about symptoms, you explained about how they deal, how they interact in the material world. How do you transcend the modes? Right? If you go on telling, see, if you invest, rather, if you put money in mutual fund, no, this particular fund, it'll double your, triple your money in 2 months. Acha. Then your next question will be how to do that investment. Right? So likewise, Arjuna's question was how to transcend the modes. So Krishna is answering pinpoint how to transcend the modes in verse 26 and 27. He will give, when you transcend the modes, you will experience spiritual existence. And what is the nature of spiritual existence? These are 2 verses. So 26th verse is a very important verse, very famous verse. Prabhupada often quotes this verse. Mam chayo abhyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samatityaitan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. Okay. So Krishna is telling how to transcend the modes. Simple way is if you can engage in full devotional service. Mam chayo abhyabhicharena bhakti yogena. See, word bhakti yoga is there. Bhakti yogena sevate. How to engage in devotional service? Avhyabhicharena bhakti. Uninterrupted or no stoppage in between. Continuously engaged, which means there should not be any gap. When you're chanting Hare Krishna, at least one mala, it should be without interruption. Interruption can happen in many ways. Your focus, attention on chanting may be diverted. Because your mobile is ringing or something you are seeing, some thought comes. So Prabhupada says, you chant and hear the same mantra. And Madhu Pandit was introduced one more thing. When you chant and hear the same mantra for one bead, over. Next, there's again, when you go to next bead, there is a possibility that your attention can divert. So what you should do? You should relish that, oh, one mantra is over. So nice. Thank you, Krishna. Next. So this should be, without break of your attention, you should go to next. Attention, break means not diverting attention to anything else. Even in chanting, Krishna expects this. When you chant like this uninterruptedly, Krishna says, you can transcend the modes. It's a very wonderful verse, basically telling us how you can be above the modes. How to be above the modes is in your hand. We have discussed this in our previous sessions also. Being in the mode or above the modes is your choice. We choose not to be in the modes, we can be out. If we choose to not even bother what's happening, how things are going, let it go on, then you are within the modes. You are in the waves, the ocean of modes. Covered by modes always anyway. If you choose, you can be above or transcend the modes. That's the point. So which means it's your individual choice. Whether I should be in the modes, within the midst of the modes, or I should be above the modes. And easy method Krishna is telling is always engaging some or the other bhakti process. One or the other process, if you go on engaging, then you will be above the modes. Prabhupada explains this very nicely. How to perform devotional service in the next verse, last portion of the purport. Devotional service to the Lord is very simple. One should always engage in the service of the Lord, should eat the remnants of foodstuff offered to the deity, right? Having prasadam also is service to Krishna. You are above the modes. Smell the flowers offered to the lotus feet of Krishna. Whatever flowers you offer to Krishna, if you can take them as prasadam and smell, oh, that is also service to Krishna. See the places where the Lord had his transcendental pastimes. Doing pilgrimage to various places of pastimes of Krishna and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also a way of transcending the mode. Just see. See the places where read of the different activities of the Lord. Reading Bhagavad Gita and especially Bhagavatam having full of activities. Just like yesterday we had Vamana Jayanti. So you should take an opportunity to read Vamana Jayanti's pastime in Bhagavatam. 8th canto, dedicated around 7-8 chapters are there in 8th canto. So read how, what happened, why Bhavana appeared, what is the specific details of the pastime. That is called Tattvataha, right? So like this, whenever the Lord's any appearance and his Jayanti comes, you should see that you read about that particular pastime from the Bhagavatam, right? Then his reciprocation of love with his devotees. When you read Bhagavatam, you will see how Lord Narsimha reciprocated with Prahlad, and how Krishna reciprocated with Pandavas. Like this, the interaction between Lord and his devotees, and whole Chaitanya Charitamrita is between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his devotees. How there is interaction. Prabhupada says very nicely in this 26th verse purport. Bhakti Yoga means Lord is there, devotee is there, and the activity of exchange of love between the Lord and the devotee is there. Bhakti doesn't mean one-sided. Not a one-way traffic. It is the devotee offering devotion to Krishna and Krishna reciprocating. When you are chanting attentively, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, then what happens? Attentively means beat after beat, without interruption. You go on chanting. Lord bestows you with one Shakti. It's called Divya Cheshta Shakti. You can experience this if you're done chanting continuously without interruption. At least I have experienced it. My experience, I can tell you. I keep experiencing. Because when you uninterruptedly chant, Krishna gives some pleasure. Divya Cheshta Shakti. Right? That Ananda only you can experience when you are done that chanting. This is exactly what Madhupati Prabhu is telling in our Japa, soulful Japa sessions. There's soulful Japa. If you go to ISKCON, Bangalore, Sangha, YouTube playlist, YouTube, you can get this soulful Japa. I can also share in the group. So basically, see, Japa is very relishable, actually. But if you do mechanical chanting, mechanical means your mind is somewhere, you are vibrating Hare Krishna only like a machine. Mechanical means machine chanting. Then what happens? The chanting becomes very ritualistic. Chanting is a very personal activity. Just like when you love your kid so much, just by hearing about your kid, your emotions and your love for the kid is awakened. Why? Because you have that much dealing with your kid from its birth up to now. So you feel pulled. And when your kid comes back home from the school, oh, you're so happy. Actually, that is what our relation with Krishna is. We are so intimately connected with Krishna. Krishna has been telling this, and he'll tell more about this as we move forward in the next chapters. We are intimately connected, but somehow that feeling of attachment and intimacy is now forgotten. We are thinking as though we are alien to Krishna. So this chanting will gradually, when you chant attentively, gradually Krishna will awaken and reignite our connection, what is there in a very wonderful manner. And reading Bhagavad Gita like this, carefully, and chanting and performing some services to Krishna. These are all activities, what Krishna is telling us, this will keep you above the modes. As long as within the modes of nature, which means modes not only outside, within you also. Your seeing, your thinking, your intelligence, your determination, your way of thinking, everything is influenced by modes. We'll see all these things in the later chapters. So basically, when you are inside out, engaged in service to Krishna, physically, mentally, intellectually, that's what this chanting makes you very easiest process. Any other process will, a lot of endeavor is required. For example, you want to do cooking for Lord, a lot of endeavor is required to arrange the ingredients. You have to know cooking, then you have to properly cook, then offer to Krishna. There's activity, right? But chanting is something anytime, anywhere, you can sit and chant. And immediately you can transcend. Right? That's the point. So, Bhakti Yoga is such a wonderful process. Simplest process is chanting Hare Krishna. Of all the different processes of Bhakti, chanting is the simplest process. So, Prabhupada goes on like this, reading of different activities of the Lord, the reciprocation of love with his devotees, chant always a transcendental vibration. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Like this, Prabhupada goes on to say, and observe the fasting days commemorating the appearances and disappearances of the Lord and his devotees. It's like, today was Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur appearance day, and we fasted half day. Right? Like this, if you are connected to any temple WhatsApp groups, they keep sending you WhatsApp messages about the fasting days. The Vaishnava calendar also will tell you. Yesterday, for Vamana Jayanti, we have fasted on Ekadashi day. So, Lord's appearance and disappearance, and his devotees, pure devotees' appearance and disappearance, we should fast. Right? And so, by following all these things, one can transcend the modes. That's the point. So, the whole point is, somehow or other, if you can engage in Bhakti Yoga, yena kena prakarena mana Krishna niveshayat. Somehow or other, fix your mind on Krishna. That is the principle which is being mentioned by Krishna here. If you can fix your mind like this, you will transcend the mode for that moment. And if you can sustain that fixing of your mind on Krishna, you will continuously, you will transcend the mode. That's why Prabhupada always said, don't give any gap with regard to not engaging in Krishna service. Krishna Surya Sama, Maya Andhakara. Right? Krishna is there with you always, then it is like bright sunshine. When no Krishna means, immediately Maya is capturing you. Right? Maya means darkness. So your mind, your intelligence, your activities are not having Krishna, which means Maya. Maya means three modes acting on you. Right? Mobile you are seeing, suddenly some other news comes, fine, immediately entered Maya's world. Right? Unless you are so transcendental that even that you will see from Krishna conscious perspective. Otherwise, Maya has many avenues to allure you to her influence. Maya is waiting. Right? We have to be very careful. This is to distinguish, this is Maya, this is Krishna. Sometimes Maya appears like Krishna. So we should be, that way checking and confirming, is this what? Is my Krishna consciousness, is my bhakti increasing with this activity? No. It's like where Prabhupada said, honoring Krishna prasadam, remnants of food offered to Krishna. That is Krishna consciousness, Krishna activity. Same thing, okay, I'm gone out and I went to some condiment shop. Nice, some good items, let me have, good, eat them. Maya. Simple. So anything you're eating, you're seeing, you're hearing, not connected to Krishna, Krishna's service means it is Maya. So this session we are having here, is it Maya or Krishna? It is Krishna. Why? Because we are discussing about Krishna. Same thing if you're discussing about some politics, some other news of the world. Trump is putting so much tariffs all over the world. Fine, you can discuss about them. If you can connect it to Krishna consciousness, that is good. But simply discussing all those topics without any Krishna's connection, that is Maya. That is called as Gramya Katha in Bhagavatam language. Gramya Katha means it has no connection with Krishna. So simple formula Krishna is giving, and Prabhupada has quoted this verse many times to make us understand that this activity of engagement in Krishna's service, or it's called Bhakti Yoga, right? So Bhakti Yoga is to Krishna is any form, any expansion, Narasimha, Vamana, all connected to Krishna, Vishnu Tattva, any service to Krishna, then you can immediately transcend the mode. So Prabhupada confirms that in 7th chapter already Krishna has told that you perform Bhakti Yoga means you are surrendered to Krishna. Daivi esha gunamayi mama maya duratyaya mamevaye prapadyante maya metam tarandite. So basically, Krishna has assured in 7th chapter 14th verse, if you surrender to Krishna, then Krishna is ordering Maya, don't bother this person. Because Maya is Krishna's servant. She is working under Krishna's direction. In 9th chapter, Krishna says, 9.10, Maya Dhyakshena Prakriti Suyate Sacharacharam. This whole material nature is working under my direction. Arjuna, Maya Dhyakshena Prakriti Suyate Sacharacharam. Setunanena Kaunteya Jagati Parivartate. Just see. Which means Krishna says that every aspect of material activities are happening under my direction, Arjuna. You please take my you understand that it is nothing is happening independently. Krishna is the supreme director in the material world also. So when you surrender to Krishna, Krishna can direct the material nature. Don't simply bother this person. That's what happens, right? So performance of Bhakti Yoga is expression of your surrender to Krishna. Bhakti Yoga means practical activity in pleasing Krishna. Chanting Hare Krishna is an activity to please Krishna, right? So like this, Bhakti Yoga, every activity of Bhakti Yoga as authorized by Prabhupada and his pure devotees is going to give us an opportunity to express our sincere desire to serve Krishna, which means surrender to Krishna. And Krishna has assured, if you surrender to Krishna, what happens? He will relieve you from this material world. Even in 12th chapter, Krishna has assured this, right? In the famous, that 6th and 7th verse, that very soon I'm going to deliver you, Krishna assures, right? 12.6 and 7. Yes. He says, Yetu sarvani karmani maya sanyasya matparaha ananyaneva yogena mam dhyayanto upasate tesham aham samudratta mrityu samsara sagarat bhavami nacharat partha mayavesha chetasam. Again, Krishna is recommending complete devotion. How to perform devotion to him, right? Who worships me, giving up all activities unto me, being devoted to me without deviation. See, without deviation, avyabhicharyan. Same. This without deviation, Krishna has used in many, many contexts throughout the Gita. In 8th chapter, many times he has used. Ananya teta satatam. Satatam means no interruption. Yoma smrati nityasaha. Tasyaham sulabhapata. 8th chapter, Krishna says this. Very easily you want to get me, then uninterrupted devotion, undeviated devotion is required. So, ananya neva. See, ananya means without deviation. Same as avyabhicharyana. Right? So, engage in devotional service, always meditating on Krishna. Fix your mind upon me, then I can be the swift deliverer for such a sincere soul. So basically, Krishna's whole recommendation in Bhagavad Gita is Ananya Shintayanto Mam, just see, 9 chapter, 9.22. Means always how to think of Krishna without any interruption, without any deviation, uninterrupted, undeviated. This is what Krishna expects from us. What happens is our present way of conditional mind is a lot of interruptions. Mind, goes here, there. Fixing mind on Krishna is so difficult. This is what Krishna says, is samadhi. Samadhi means mind fixed on Krishna constantly, not intermittently. Very important. So the whole Bhagavad Gita's teaching boils down to fixing your mind uninterruptedly, constantly on Krishna, somehow or the other. Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyaji. Manmana means fix your mind on me. Again, Krishna is telling. So, because our mind is the main culprit, getting distracted here, there. Mind attracted to sense gratification is the cause of material bondage. Mind attracted to Krishna is the cause of liberation. Prabhupada said in a purport for 6th verse, I think 6th chapter, 6th verse. Right? No, 5th verse, sorry, 6.5. Krishna says, Prabhupada says, Mana eva manushyanam karanam bandha mokshaya. For a man, mind is the cause of bondage. For a man, mind is the cause of liberation. Bandhaya vishaya sango. When the mind is absorbed in sense objects, is the cause of bondage. Muktiyai nirveshayam manaha. When the mind detached from sense objects, vishaya. Vishaya, mind is absorbed in vishaya, sense objects, then cause of bondage. Mind freed from sense objects is the cause of liberation, which means mind freed from sense objects means mind attached to Krishna. Right now, our mind is absorbed in so many sense objects. Sense object from subtle to gross. Right? Somebody want to go to visit some place, somebody is thinking about some program I have to attend, somebody is thinking of some food I have to eat, somebody is thinking about some other relation I have to have with some other person. Like this, so many things. Objects, people, situation, activities, mind is absorbed with all these things. So all Vishaya. Vishaya means anything which is going to please your senses. So when your mind is absorbed in Vishaya, that is cause of bondage. Mind absorbed in Krishna is the cause of liberation. Krishna has clearly mentioned in 6th chapter also. So like this, very clearly, Krishna is mentioning principle here that if you can do uninterrupted devotion, undeviated devotion, then you can transcend the modes. So it's in your hand. To resort the whole sadhana program and the practice of bhaktis. Somebody was asking me recently, Prabhuji, if one chanting Hare Krishna is so powerful, why you have to chant every day 108 times, 16 rounds, day after day? And Ekadashi, your Bangalore temple is chanting 108 rounds. What is all this? So I told, see, if one chanting is so powerful and you can get liberated, the problem is you get liberated and again get entangled because you again start doing so many activities to entangle yourself. If you remain in a liberated position, if you continue to remain in a liberated position, it's good. It's like you got cured from a disease, but again you indulge in some other activity again to get diseased. That's the problem with us. So to understand that again I should not get involved is a good sense, which will come with over a period of time. Now you only know, okay, going to doctor, taking medicine will cure my disease. How to not again fall back to, not to become diseased is a lesson you have to teach, you have to learn. The problem with us is, when you chant Hare Krishna, at that moment you're liberated, but again, next moment, your conditioning is so bad, deep-rooted conditioning. Again, you come back. That's the problem. So, over a period of time, you realize, oh, what is this mistake I'm doing? I have to correct this, rectify this. Then it will slowly, you move forward. Then you will start, feeling so much repentance. What is this? That's why you see the Vaishnava bhajans written by Bhaktivinoda Thakur and all the great acharyas. They're lamenting. When will I get that taste for you, Krishna? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also says, what does he say? Namna Makari Bohoda Nija Sarva Shakti Tatrarpita Niyamita Smaranena Kar. Krishna, your name is so powerful, so omnipotent that you have invested all energies in your holy name. And chanting these names doesn't require any rules, regulations. Anytime, anywhere, any place you can chant. Durdaiva Midrasham Minajani Nanuraga. But I am so unfortunate. You've given such a wonderful gift, but I don't have any affection for you, for your chanting your names. I don't develop any attachment for your holy names. Durdaiva Midrasham Minajani Nanuraga. Like this, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu goes on lamenting. This is our situation. Krishna has appeared in his holy name, fully powerful, all potent, ready to give us mercy. You chant attentively, you chant carefully. Krishna is ready, take mercy. But we are so unfortunate that we don't want to take mercy by not being attentive. Method is there, powerful method is there. Just like, I give a box. I tell you, there is a $1 billion worth diamond in this. And the key is, you have to chant Hare Krishna, attentively. Right? So, to understand that, that whole method of attentive chanting and follow that attentive chanting is what is going to unlock the treasure. And also, that whole thing, mercy of Krishna has to be there. Guru Krishna Kripa has to be there. You try, you beg for the mercy. That is the whole key. You chant, first of all, attentiveness has to come. After that sincere feeling of begging has to come. Just like Prabhupada says, chanting of Hare Krishna is a sincere cry, genuine cry of a child for its mother. Mother Hara will take you to your father Krishna. Right? Prabhupada says in that purport of chanting Hare Krishna mantra, that our chanting should be like the genuine cry of a child. Are we chanting like this? Helplessly? We are satisfied and chanting, oh, everything is okay. Today I had a breakfast, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. I have good bank balance, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Everything is settled, no problem. All well settled. So this mood will never give you that helpless chanting. So, Kunti Maharani also says, Janma Aishwarya Shuta Shrivir Edamana Madapuman Naivarhatla Vidhatum Vai Tvama Kinchana Gocharam. Janma Aishwarya Shuta Shri means your very good birth I have. My family, royal family, political family, very good family, rich family. Aishwarya, a lot of wealth we have, very rich. Then Janma Aishwarya Shuta Shuta means, oh, I am highly educated. I am, done my education. Oxford University or, MIT, Massachusetts University. Oh, that is done big education. Very big man. Then very beautiful. Like this, these material, achievements is what is clouded your mind and you're always taking pride in it. Very arrogant. See, in this mood of arrogance and pride, where you will get feeling for Krishna? When you go to temple also, you'll feel, I am so big man, In front of Krishna also, you're thinking the same thing. No question of humility. Helplessness means you have become totally nothing. You are like, zero. Akinchana. So, Kunti Maharani says, Akinchana Gochara. Kinchana means, I have that, I have this, I have that. You have to come to the platform of, I don't have anything, Krishna, you are everything for me. So, all the Vaishnava Acharya songs, especially Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Narottam Das Thakur songs, Kirtans, is all expressing these feelings and moods. Right? So, as sadhakas, as devotees, we are not supposed to simply, say, feel, or rather, do it very mechanically and ritualistically. We are supposed to perform devotion with feeling. What is the feeling? Is what, Krishna is giving a hint here. Bhagavatam more nicely it is expressed. Right? That feeling of, complete helplessness. Feeling of, Krishna, without you, nothing is there. Only you are the only hope. That feeling. Hopelessness, helplessness. Right? Fine. So let's go to the last verse of this chapter. Brahmano hi pratisthaham amritasya avyayasya cha sashvatasya cha dharmasya sukasya kantikasya cha. So this verse is telling about when you have transcended the modes, what is the experience you're going to get? I told about how when you chanted uninterruptedly few beats, it may be 15 beats, 20 beats, it depends on you, right? Then you will get a mercy from Krishna in the form of Divya Cheshta Shakti. It's sort of a ruchi, Divya Cheshta ruchi. It's a type of a taste Krishna will give you to go on. Just like you're listening to somebody talk. After some time, if that talk is interesting, you continue to hear that. Let's say I got a taste, ruchi. Food also. You eat little, oh, tasty. Then you eat more, ruchi, taste. So chanting, if it is done attentively, then Krishna, to see that we go on chanting, some ruchi he'll give us. That's called Divya Cheshta Ruchi. It's not a very advanced stage, but initial stage. Just like when a child does some task, and the father or mother, oh, very good, beta, you did a wonderful work. Take this chocolate. The child gets inspired, right? Then one more, you will do one more task. Take one more. Just like these animals in that circus and all, some zoo and all, they're given something, they jump up, then again they're ready, they get a incentive, they get a token of, appreciation by, some chocolate or something, some food. So like that, Krishna gives us a token of appreciation in the form of that feeling, oh, you've done very good. That feeling you see, you want to continue. Otherwise, if you say 108 rounds you have to chant, you feel, oh, what is this? Boring. Even 16 rounds, people think it is boring. Nothing. Because for them, chanting is like a mechanical activity. But chanting can become a very exciting, enlivening activity, wherein you'll be waiting next day when it will come and when I'm going to hold my mala. Because whole other time is busy with so many services. Otherwise, I would have chanted 24 hours. What does Krishna say? In 9th chapter. Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantasya jadavrataha. Satatam kirtayanto means 24 hours chanting. Kirtaniya sadahari, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says. Right? So, as a spirit soul, our natural situation is to remember Krishna, serve Krishna in service of, glorifying Him 24 hours. But right now, we are not in the stage of doing that because as Haridas Thakur was chanting 24 hours. How he is able to chant? Because he has developed that Nama Ruchi. Bhaktivinoda Thakur has told us 3 important lessons. Right? In our life of as a sadhaka, we have to achieve these 3 goals. First thing he says is that Nama Ruchi. Nama Ruchi means is a personal sadhana which you have to do to come to the stage of developing or rather getting the mercy of Ruchi or taste for Harinama. Again, Harinama Ruchi is not that you can acquire it. It has to be bestowed. Again, you have to understand this point. It has to be bestowed by Guru Krishna Kripa. Krishna wants, he'll give. Otherwise, whatever circus you do, nothing will happen. It is the property of Krishna to give Nama Ruchi. So, this is the sum and substance of whole Vaishnava philosophy. Nama Ruchi, then Jiver Daya. You show mercy on every other living entity. First of all, show mercy to yourself by doing devotion. Otherwise, you neglect yourself and do so many other things. Right? Nama Ruchi, Jiver Daya, then Vaishnava Seva. Vaishnava Seva means, you are not the only devotee or practicing sadhaka. There are so many other nice devotees doing sadhana. How to serve them, how to take their association, how to be in their constant connection. Nowadays with technology, you can be easily connected. It's like we are having this connection, sadhu. This is called sadhu sangha. You're trying to take association with the devotees here as a group. This is what our hankering should be. So these three, if you perform, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, you have understood the whole philosophy of Gita Bhagavatam. Essence of everything is this. Developing Nama Ruchi, the whole Bhagavad Gita Bhagavatam is telling this, how to develop Nama Ruchi. Right? And how to, after develop, once come to some level of your practice of bhakti, then you don't want to keep it for yourself. You want to preach to others. That's called Jiva Daya. Jiva Daya means you are merciful to everyone by propagating, by giving this understanding of devotional service, by distributing prasadam. How Prabhupada did all these three things. Nama Ruchi is your personal sadhana. Jiva Daya is the preaching activity. You have to be compassionate, Jiva Daya and Vaishnava Seva, because you have to deal with so many other people, other Vaishnavas. You cannot say only I am the only devotee. No. So how to deal with other devotees? There are, Kanishta Adhikari, Madhyama Adhikari, Uttama Adhikari, like these different categories are there. How to deal with them? The whole philosophy, whatever in Krishna consciousness, these three principles. So today is Bhaktivinoda Thakur's appearance day. Good to remember his teachings. Right. Three things. Okay, remember this. Nama Ruchi, Jiva Daya, and Vaishnava Seva. This has everything in it. Bhagavad Gita, if you analyze, these three only things are there. Bhagavatam, these three things only. Chaitanya Charitamrita, these things. These Acharyas, no? Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Narottam Thakur, all the Acharyas has given us the essence in a very simple way. Otherwise, you go on reading Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, finally you are lost. And you don't read also that thoroughly, that carefully. That's the problem. Right? Fine. So here, Krishna is saying in this verse, last verse of this chapter, 4 important aspects of transcendence or spiritual situation. He says that Brahmano Aham. There are 2 meanings. One meaning is impersonal Brahma Jyoti, Brahmana. One more meaning is spiritual existence. Okay, this material world is not spiritual. It is having constant flux of creation, maintenance, and dissolution. Whereas when you go to spiritual existence, it begins with Brahma Jyoti. Brahma Jyoti means the effulgence from Krishna's body, or the spiritual existence begins there. So that spiritual existence you come into when you have performed devotional service uninterruptedly. The beginning, you come to the veranda of spiritual world. Spiritual world is very huge, right? The boss is sitting inside the, very inside, one more room is there, very inside. You just come to veranda and you say, not in veranda, maybe you enter the compound of a big man's house. And you say, I've entered the house. No. You should enter the compound. House is still far away, then inside he is having activities. That's the point. So, Brahma Jyoti is only the beginning of your spiritual experience. Brahmananda, Rupa Goswami says, the experience of Brahmanandas with regard to even 10 million, units of happiness of Brahmananda happiness is not even equivalent to one small drop of Bhakti happiness. Bhakti happiness is so wonderful. It is not even comparable to Brahmananda. Brahmananda is just the beginning of spiritual happiness. This is the level of existence which even Mayavadis, after great struggle, they come to this level. Krishna in 12th chapter, 5th verse, he says, Kleshodhi katarastesham abhyaktachitasam. The impersonalists, after great struggle and troublesome endeavors, then they come to the status of realizing Brahman. Right? So, this Brahman, even coming to this level is achievement. But from Bhakti perspective, the aspect of devotional service, It is just very insignificant in one sense, just to give an understanding. But even that is not simple. To get this only, all the yogis, all the great jnanis, all the different spiritual practitioners are endeavoring, struggling. So what is the nature of this spiritual existence? It is amrutasya. Prabhupada translates amrutasya as imperishable. Amruta means which is going to perish. Amruta means imperishable. And avyayasya, inexhaustible or immortal. Right? Then shashvatasya, third point. Shashvatasya means eternal, permanent. And this is what that spiritual existence is. And it is sukasya aikantikasya cha. It is ultimate happiness. Anything you experience in the material world is all having different relative grades of happiness. Relative grades of, you can say, you can grade them according to your own relative understanding. But this is ultimate in spiritual, when you enter spiritual understanding. Right? So ultimate happiness, eternal experience. It is, it is avyaya, right? It is inexhaustible, immortal, and imperishable. Contrary to this material world, you see, things are all not amrut. It's not amrutasya, it's mrutasya. It's all going to die one day, perish one day. It's not avyayasya. It is not inexhaustible. Right? Akshaya Patra is an inexhaustible vessel of food. But here everything is exhaustible. Your bank, you go on an account, you go on spending money. One day you see, oh, no money. Exhaust. Right? Is inexhaustible. It's not inexhaustible, it's exhaustible. And it is not shashvata, it is ashashvata. Dukhalayam ashashvatam, Krishna says. And it is not sukasya kantikasya, it is dukhalaya. It's the opposite. Spiritual existence means this is what it is. So Krishna is giving us hints about his spiritual existence every now and then. To make us understand. Sat, asat. Sat means eternal. Asat means material, non-permanent, like this. So basically, Krishna is trying to tell us what is the spiritual situation when you experience. From their spiritual situation further expands into more and more varieties. So the impersonalists, they think is Brahma Jyoti is the ultimate destination. And for that, they undergo severe penances and practices through jnanic and yogic methods. And they want to merge with impersonal Brahman. For them, impersonal Brahman or Brahma Jyoti is the ultimate. They are called impersonalists. Okay. Whereas Bhagavatam says, Prabhupada quotes this in the purport, that this situation of impersonal Brahma Jyoti merging is actually not stable. Aruhya krichrena param padam tatam. Right? Anadata Vishwadangreyaha. Actually, Bhagavatam says this situation of impersonal Brahma Jyoti merging is very, very unstable. Why? Because the practitioner has not taken shelter of Krishna's lotus feet, and because of his imperfect knowledge, he's thinking something else is ultimate, and that position is so unstable, he can fall down anytime. Prabhupada gives an example of how you go in a flight, say from India to New York, 10 hours, 12 hours flight. Right? You get bored after 2-3 hours, right? You will be waiting when I can land. So like this, impersonal Brahma Jyoti situation is like that. No activity. You are remaining as a spiritual spark with no activity. And whereas Krishna has told in 3rd chapter, 5th verse, that every moment the soul is active. Right? We cannot do without any activity. Nahi kashish shanamapi jata tishtata karma krit karyate avashak karma sarva prakriti jaya gunaihi. Right? So soul is always active. You need activity. Prabhupada's journey on board Jaladuta, we are all reading early morning Mangalarti every day now. Prabhupada started on August 13th. He reached on September 18th to America. He sailed on a cargo ship. He sailed in a cargo ship for almost 36 days. It was a very adventurous journey for Prabhupada because He had sustained 2 heart attacks during the en route, this journey. And somehow Prabhupada says, Krishna saved me. So Prabhupada says, I was very excited to go in the boat earlier, so the ship. But after 1 or 2 days, started feeling seasickness. No, nothing, only water, no activity. Where is the land? And whenever the captain used to, there was some land on the way en route, and captain used to take Prabhupada around, then used to feel, oh, something. Otherwise, because we're all land animals, we want land. We're not water animals. So likewise, as spirit soul, we want activity. It cannot be inactive and, nirvishesha, shunyavada. No, we are active entities. We want act. So Prabhupada says this Mayavadis, impersonalists, their situation is unstable. That's why you see many impersonalists, Mayavadis, they show as though they're very spiritually advanced. Again, they come back to material activities, opening hospitals, opening schools. They're so busy in all those things because they have to keep themselves active, Right? Prabhupada says how these impersonalists are. Whereas Prabhupada also gives example of these impersonalists, the 4 sons of Brahma were impersonalists. 4 Kumaras, they are called earlier. But by the mercy of, Krishna, they got elevated to pure devotional platform. They actually, when they were traveling in the Vaikuntha sky, they happened to get the aroma of the tulasi leaves offered to Krishna's lotus feet. So they got attracted, and that's a pull, and that's how they got devoted. They started performing their devotion to Krishna. They enter Vaikuntha and they have darshan of Krishna. So like this, we see many examples. Shukadeva Goswami was an impersonalist earlier. But in the womb of his mother, when Vyasudeva gave Bhagavatam recitation continuously, that's why he became devotee. So as soon as he was born, after 16 years, the womb of his mother was 16 years, then he immediately walked out. Because already he was self-realized. Right? Like this, we have many examples in the scriptures telling how the impersonalists gradually they graduated or they elevated themselves to pure devotees. Because the impersonalist situation is unstable, not a very good situation. As Krishna also says, very troublesome. Anytime we can fall down. And very difficult to get to that situation. Whereas devotional service is very simple and pure. So like this, Prabhupada goes on to say, we are also Brahman. Krishna is Parabrahman. And ourselves, we have to situate in that Brahman situation of what Krishna is telling us here, of Amrutasya, Abhyayasya, Shashvatasya, and Sukasya, Kantaskasya. That is our goal. Right? Not to simply be dabbling with something perishable, which is going to exhaust anyway one day. His body is going to exhaust one day. Finished. Right? Then this body is not permanent. Everybody in the material world is working for this only. Ask anybody, what are they doing? No, I want to earn money. I want to become big man. I want to become minister. I want to enjoy like this. How long? You also will not be there to enjoy that money, what you're earning. Right? So like this, people, talk big things without any sense. Nonsense. But Arjuna was advised by Krishna in the beginning of 2nd chapter that you speak like a very learned man, Arjuna, but you're a big nonsense. Right? Ashocyan anvashocastvam prajnavadam sarvashase gatasu nagatasumscha nanuhridati pandita. You're speaking like a pandita. Oh, big man, economist, scientist, philanthropist. So many, you speak big things. Analyst, right? Data analyst. Only big things have come, designations nowadays. But all that Krishna says nonsense. Because you're not talking about soul. You don't know what is going to happen to your soul. You're lamenting for what is not worthy of grief. You're not even a wise man. You're not even an intelligent man. You see. So this completes our 14th chapter. Very important chapter. This requires, as Prabhupada says, you have to understand this with philosophical speculation, with contemplation, not simply reading. So Prabhupada says that if you understand this chapter through process of philosophical speculation, he can come to the understanding of devotional service. Because it's not a very gross subject matter to be understood like that. It requires some philosophical approach. That's what Prabhupada meant. Philosophical means you have to understand, analyze, you have to corroborate with your some life situations, others, different incidents in life, your experiences, and then corroborate with that and then understand the subject matter. Okay, fine. So we'll conclude here. If anybody has anything to ask, discuss, we can take up questions.
Babaji, just one question, one doubt.
Yeah.
On days that we observe fasting until noon, is it a complete fasting until noon or like the Ekadashi fasting until noon? On appearance and disappearance day
Good question.
of the devotees of the Lord.
See, our conditioning now is to go on eating from morning till night, something or the other, eating, drinking, right? You have to drink something, you have to eat something. That's what our life has become so far. That's how we've been told, Acha, you didn't take coffee after you got up bed coffee, or something early morning, you have to chew something, you have to eat something, some ailment, some medical issues. Doctor has told early morning after you get up, you take some methi water. So like this, many recommendations. So practically speaking, when you're fasting means, Prabhupada says, complete fasting. Complete fasting means if you can avoid water also, it's better. Right? So fasting is, what does fasting mean? Fasting means an austerity, an inconvenience to your body voluntarily, to trouble your body, to make your body make yourself understand, I am not the body. Right? So always you're in the bodily conception of life. More eating means bodily conception. So Prabhupada says, Nidra Ahara Vihara. Eating, sleeping, recreation should be minimized and made zero. Because more you indulge in this, more you are only emphasizing or reiterating that, oh, I am the body. So, strictly speaking, fasting means full fasting, not even water. Okay, I am used to something, at least water, Prabhuji. Fine. Water also is to one level, agreed. Because in the pastime of Ambarish Maharaj, wherein he was fasting for Ekadashi and he had to break his fast, Durvasa Muni had come and he had told, and he was taking care of, Ambarish Maharaj was taking care of him, but somehow Durvasa Muni wanted to test Ambarish Maharaj. So he did not return back after taking bath from that place. Even after that fasting time was going away, right? Paran time was finishing off. After Ekadashi next day, you're supposed to take, you have to break the fast between some time. So this Durvasa Muni purposely wanted to break the austerity of Ambarish. So Ambarish asked all the assembled sages there what to do. So Brahmanas, sages are advised to take water. It is as good as fasting and not fasting. Prabhupada says, take water. It is like, because 0 calories. It's as good as fasting and not fasting. You can take water, but the recommendation generally is nirjala. It's very, like high standard. Okay, water. Okay, the next, I had to take something because of medical problem. Okay, take some fruits, some fruit juice. Okay, I had to take something. I'm fasting. Just like during Janmashtami time, we have many volunteers coming from different places and like this. So we tell, okay, you fast as long as possible, and whenever you're hungry, you take some Ekadashi Prasadam. We keep it free for you in the daytime. That is one more standard. It's like different standards. You can say, platinum level, gold level, silver level, bronze level, and iron level, and no level. No level means always eating. At least, fasting is there. Let me do fasting to some level. Okay, if not 12 o'clock, at least up to 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock, something you should do, no? Everything counts. What level you want to do, you decide. Ekadashi also same thing. On Ekadashi days, Prabhupada says fasting means full fasting. Prabhupada says very clearly. Full fasting. Right? Nirjala. Okay. I cannot do Nirjala. At least take Jala. Okay, Jala also not enough. I will take something. Okay, take some milk and fruits in a limited quantity. Not that, Ekadashi means 1 liter milk, 2 kilo apple, and then all these things. You make a feast out of, what is Ekadashi. No. Minimize your eating. That's the point. So some trouble body has to take, unless you are medically, diagnosed and you are going through some treatment. If you're quite okay and quite having that good health with regard to performing austerity, why not? Because it will help to progress in bhakti. Prabhupada has tried this in purport, fasting on appearance, disappearance days. Why? Because it's bhakti, part of austerity. Not only here, many places Prabhupada mentions this again and again. Because this will help you in advance in bhakti. Fasting is an austerity. Observe the fasting days. Because you fast means you will always remember, I am fasting for Vamana Dwadashi. I am fasting for Bhaktivinoda Thakur. At least remember that, great devotee, pure devotee for what you are doing. And Krishna is noticing this. Okay, you have fasted. How many days before, you came to Krishna consciousness? Oh, we don't even know when is Ekadashi, when is Janmashtami. Every day, same day, eating. Prabhupada says, eating like animals. Ahara nidra vayam. What is the difference between you and animal? No difference. At least you come to Krishna consciousness, you have become a human. You begin to become a human. And after you come also, you don't practice, means you are less than an animal. That's what Prabhupada says. Knowingly break the rules is more serious, more dangerous. That's the point. So, different levels are there. It all depends on which level you want to take up. Just like even your, video games and different games, different levels of complexities are there. Right? Once you cross one level, okay, next, congratulations, next level you can go. Wow. So you should take pride in following. Okay, let me begin at elementary level. Next level, what? Next. So bhakti means, incrementally you have to go on, increasing your austerity, tapasya. Very important. Otherwise, where is the, where is your bhakti progress going on? Prabhuji, 10 years over, I have been chanting one mala only. Acha, then what are you doing? No, Prabhuji, I have increased to 16 minimum. Whenever, Ekadashi, I chant more rounds. I chant at least, make a commitment. Ekadashi, okay, let me chant 25 rounds. 52 rounds, 64 rounds. Or if you do 108 rounds, very good. I remember Madhya Pandit earlier used to have 64 rounds. Now he's increased to 108 rounds. every Ekadashi. And there are many devotees doing it in Bangalore and other places of India. It's not that you're all, where are we? We're not in temple, we're outside. No, anybody can do. It's Yuga Dharma. If you just simply follow devotee association you have and then properly follow what they are telling, you also can do. Looks like it's austerity, but yes, you can also do. You can also be recipient. See, more chanting is what Krishna wants. Whatever that quality of chanting is one more. First quantity. Prabhupada says first quantity. Then quality will come slowly. You don't even have quantity, then where is the quality? Just like when the teacher says, 1 page of handwriting you write. Student thinks, one line I written, very nicely I written. Why I write a whole page? No, you write it. Because there's a reason for that. One line you write, after that, after 1 week, you'll forget what you have written. But A will become C. Right? So better you write, practice. Abhyas yoga yuktena. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. Abhyas. Why? Because our mind is so conditioned. Naive, right now you will think, I have understood Bhagavad Gita, everything. But practical application when it comes, you forget Bhagavad Gita and everything. You even forget the basic lesson, I am not the body. Right? Nice, some food is there. Instead of understanding this prasadam or not, you attack. Whole plate I want to have consumed. Where is your body? Where is your first lesson of Bhagavad Gita? Not the body. Hare, nice, wonderful dish. How can you leave it? right? So practical test is when situations come in your life, how you apply them. Oh, after that you realize, oh, what did I do? Okay, you're done. At least that level of repentance has come. I did wrong. In ordinary people, even that repentance will not come. What I did is correct. And next time when it comes, even before anybody sees, I will consume it. So like this, people plan and do so much of other other arrangements to go on indulging in sense gratification. That's the point. Okay, any other question?
Thank you.
Please.
Great.
Fine. Looks like nobody has questions. All are satisfied. Very nice. Good. So we are moving with the next chapter next week onwards. 15th chapter. Again, interesting chapter. See, there are two chapters, small chapters in Bhagavad Gita. One is 12th chapter, one is 15th chapter. Both having only 20 verses. But both are very significant chapters. Very important chapters. Okay, here also Krishna starts speaking. Right? No question of Arjuna in this chapter, 15th chapter. And even, like this, 15th chapter, 7th chapter, we didn't have any questions of Arjuna. These are some observations which you can keep in mind. Okay, so we'll close here. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai.
Jai.
Hare
Dandavat
Krishna.
Pranam Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.